Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Go Pikachu. We're going into enter Victory Road, right? Not a Victory Road. We're going to enter Pokemon League. And then immediately go back up to that Indigo train. In all seriousness, there actually are a couple of things here that are actually a bit important that I would like to go over, as you likely will find them to be useful. First is the trade. The final Alolan Pokemon trade you can get is Alolan Executor. Of course, if you trade a regular Executor, which you can find in the wild on Route 23, this will be level 46. There is also, I believe it is this person. It can be this member of the 4. Let's go trainers. No, it is not you. Is it you? No, this is the move relearner. So, this is also an important thing, is the move relearner. She'll be able to teach your Pokemon new moves. Getting heart scales is a bit of an annoying thing, so you may not be able to do this. Yoshi have the making, Pokemon League, Elite 4 all in a row. Is it you? Elite 4. Do they not appear yet? Or is it you? This is the Executor trade person. Okay, then I guess you don't have access to it by this point. So, the thing that I was going to mention is this is actually where you can get the Mega Stones. However, I think that might be post-game then if they're not showing up here. My recommendations for going into the Elite 4, level 53. As you can tell, we are not there yet. The reason I recommend level 53, not 43, 53. The reason I recommend that, and we'll be getting into that a little bit later. Today we're probably going to only take down one, maybe two, maybe 3 of the Elite 4, depending on how fast things go. So I'm going to be back after training the team up. This is a Coach Trainer. Wow, your Pokemon are so cute. Coach Trainer, come on, battle me. Coach Trainer. Of course, as always, we do want to fight these. This is the one that I believe does give you Outrage. Because remember, there are 2 Coach Trainers within here, and we have already faced one of them. So this is one of them that gives you Outrage, which I actually do want to get for Shiny. Shiny has not been doing overly great. However, she is a slightly better physical attacker than special attacker, so the boost to... How is Primeape surviving? You are a glass cannon. How? Okay. I'm thinking these things must have... Of course, and there's another 5% miss chance. I have to think that these Coach Trainer Pokemon have to have some amount of awakened values from Candy. Because the Arcanine survived Rock Slide from Radon. And also there's a Gyarados immediately prior that survived Thunderbolt. Again, I know Starmie isn't doing as much damage as I would have expected, but that is a 4 times weakness. Granted, then again, it is quite bulky, especially speaking, so that might not be why. But yeah, I have to think that these things have some amount of awakened value candy investment to be able to take hits so well. Because they're not doing all that much damage, but they're taking hits extremely well. So I'm thinking they must have something to just make them bulkier. But yeah, Third Attack is a little bit more powerful because it's neutral and also it's... not neutral, it's in attack bonus. Yep. Outrage. This is the guy that is right next to the exit, so if you want to go grab that right after getting out of Victory Road, it's nice and easy. On the second floor, after beating this veteran trainer, ace trainer, there's a Max Revive, which, if you're like me and Timmy B continues to get taken down by things, could be useful. Honestly, I feel like the main reason why Timmy B is probably not surviving all that much is he just doesn't have the affection bonus because he doesn't have the crit rate or the survival chance, which crit rate, survival chance, or evasion, which the affection does give to other Pokemon because he continues to get taken down. So it's kind of a bit of a catch-22 where he just doesn't do as much. Also, one thing about affection, and, well, just happiness in this game, is when a Pokemon is at maximum happiness, it receives a 10% boost to all of its stats outside of HP. And I think that is another thing that is coming into play with regards to Timmy B's struggles relative to the other Pokemon, is that he simply doesn't have that little bit of a damage modifier that is assisting the others. So, I didn't mention that, I might have mentioned that earlier in the series, but I also may not have, so I just wanted to go over that right now. But yes, I honestly like the happiness system in that, where yes, it actually does give a boost to all of your stats. It makes sense. I mean, it's a lot like the chance of dodging, the survival of hits enduring it at one health point, or, you know, the just more critical hit rate thing. It makes more sense. They want to fight harder because, you know, you inspire them. They are more motivated to fight. You're the moment of battle. And I do like that mechanic. I like that idea. The problem is that it's just way, way too intrusive with a lot of the other things. And having all of them together is a bit of a problem. But yeah, the other thing is that you do have a percentage stat increase for every single level of happiness. 1% of your stat boost is 26 base happiness. For those who don't know, maximum happiness a Pokemon can have is 255. And, you know, every pretty much 25, 26 stat points it alternates, the Pokemon's stats will increase by a value of 1%. And at maximum, this caps out at, of course, 10% at 255. And that, I think, is another thing of why certain Pokemon are just doing more damage than the others. Because that's the other thing that you don't really consider. Well, if you have a 10% boost to all of your stats, that's a 10% boost both to your bulk, but also a 10% boost to your damage. That really does increase things a lot more than you'd really expect. It's sort of a greater than the sum of its parts sort of thing. And I think that's one of the reasons why both Shiny and Timmy B are not really shining as bright as they could, is that they probably don't have that same sheer boost at this point. But hopefully we can fix that, but yeah. Ew, that's... Dude, I don't like that. Video does have to recharge, please can get a paralysis. Okay, so I was wrong. It was not a coach trainer that gives you superpower. It is over here by this guy. Okay, so this is like I think this is the first floor? Okay, so, you know, this is the middle floor. It's the floor where, yeah, it is this floor, the one that is the same floor as the one you can exit on. That is where you get TM superpower. Yeah, not bad. Not a bad move. And I think we've actually cleared out the entirety of the trainers in here. So, if you are looking for heart scales, there's a somewhat easy way of acquiring them. Route 12, if you go by Mr. Dazzling's house, and you have a water-type Pokemon just walking around with you, occasionally if you talk to them, they will have found an item. It'll be either a pearl, a big pearl, or a heart scale. It is... okay, it's not a guarantee, it is just sometimes found that way. As mentioned before, I highly recommend you come over to the Seafoam Islands. This is the place accessible from, not Saffron City, from Fuchsia City. You battle this coach trainer. Reason why: this one yields rare candies. And also, by this point, you will be over-leveled relative to them. They are, I believe, mid-high 40s, potentially. Whereas you should be around level 50 by this point. Yeah, we are a little higher leveled. Granted, Timmy is not exactly going to do great against a Jolteon. Actually, I think while we're doing this, it actually might be a good opportunity to go over the actual special effects of raising happiness to Pokemon. And for the early values, this is values of happiness 180 through 219. There's a 10% chance of the Pokemon surviving a potential KO. 220 to 222, 254, that's a bit of a tongue twister. That goes up to a 15% chance of surviving a KO, as well as 220 through maximum value of 255. It is a 20% chance of healing status conditions. At maximum happiness of, 255, this changes to being 3 additional effects. Outside of the, of course, 20% chance of healing a status condition. That is a 10% chance of evading an enemy attack, a 20% chance now of surviving a potential KO, and the fourth and I would say debatably most powerful is a double critical hit rate. That is the other reason why, Pokemon at high happiness tend to perform significantly better, is that they have a double chance of critical hitting on top of an additional 10% bump to all of their stats. You gotta remember, this is the Pokemon being able to survive hits more often, survive hits better, being able to use more attacks, in addition to... Oh crap, I didn't even know you had a quick attack. Again, rather than trying to raise a Pokemon's happiness, it continues to get KO'd. I can't win. 5 rare candies. Yeah. Also, it seems I was wrong about the heart scale thing. Only water types can find them in 2 locations outside, of course, your partner Pikachu or partner Eevee finding them on occasion. That is Route 12 and Cerulean Cave. Keeping in mind, we do not have the ability to access Cerulean Cave. And we will not for a while. Wow. Not necessarily a while, it'll definitely be a couple of episodes before we get it. It'll probably, realistically, it's probably only like 2 hours away, if that, from us being able to access Cerulean Cave. But it's going to be a couple of episodes before we get there. We also are underleveled for the final coach trainer I would like to go up against. This is not necessarily a coach trainer that I am going to be using. However, it is a coach trainer that I think could be beneficial to many of you if you are playing along, as it is quite a good move, and the Pokemon that are actually best capable of using it are actually quite good for this game. So it is a bit worth it to go over, in my opinion. So I am just going to go get the team up to level 52, and then we will regroup and fight. Yeah. We are a bit close, and I know that I could just go take those rare candies we just acquired and use that to fully level up the team. However, I'm not going to go do that, as I do have plans for the rare candies that you will be seeing very shortly. Okay, can someone explain to me the logic of how Aerodactyl can learn... Not the button. How Aerodactyl can learn Dragon Pulse, but it can't learn Outrage? And now all of our preparations have finally been made, aside from 2. So this is the team right now. As said, I would get them up to level 52, and then we would go and take on the final coach trainer. And also, another thing to mention in Cerulean City, there are actually 2 very important things in Cerulean City I would like to go over. One of them is, of course, the coach trainer, which I did mention many, many weeks ago, which gives you TM Mega Horn. Now, this is not something that is useful for me. However, there are a decent number of Pokemon capable of learning this move, and it is quite a powerful move. It's not necessarily the most powerful when it comes to type coverage for the Pokemon League itself, but it definitely hits very hard, and if you want a good neutral move, or just, maybe you want something to hit, psychic types, it's quite respectable in terms of power. Now, where the heck is this guy? Is he not? Where the heck is this guy? No, it just says need Fly or Surf. Okay. Okay, then if that's the case, then I think... No, I'm fairly... Oh. Oh, there you go, raspberries. Not necessarily, not necessarily something we're gonna need, but yeah, it's a thing that you might want. There are certain things that they will be useful for later in post-game that I would definitely say you will want. Yeah, I think I might actually... Okay, you might... Yeah, you probably need to beat the game to get this one. Okay, then. Cerulean Cave, Evolution of Pokemon, Champion... Okay, then I guess that you need to beat the Pokemon League to fight this trainer? Okay, then. I now feel very stupid. Yep. Yeah, you need to beat the Elite Four to get it. Okay. So that completely screws that thing. Okay, then. In that case, I will finish all of my preparations. Actually, sort of. There are 5 heart scales you can get for absolutely free in Cerulean City. And by free, I mean you just need to go talk to the bike shop owner, listen to his whole spiel about all the bikes, and he will give you 5 free, free for your time, heart scales. Those, depending on your team, you may want them, you may not need them, but overall, they're something that I would say is useful to have. But yeah, we're gonna go take on the Pokemon League. Actually, I said I want to be a level higher for Pokemon League, so I'll meet you guys after doing that, and we'll see you guys next time. Sorry we didn't really do any battles in this video so far. There was a lot of stuff that I did want to go over and cover just in the intervening time before we took on the Pokemon League, as this literally was the final preparations, and really going over a couple of very useful things that you may or may not want and or need for, well, facing down the Pokemon League. Again, heart scales are very helpful for Pokemon that do have moves they learn earlier in the levels that they just will not be able to get on for whatever reason. Or maybe you just wanted to get, some very useful TMs. We did get some very good ones. Superpower is a beast of a move. Outrage is quite powerful. And other than that, yeah, I think this is a good point to end off. I will see you guys next time. And we will be taking on the Pokemon League. I'll see you guys next time. Let's rock and roll up.